Hey, Vikings faithful. Skol. Baby, buckle up, because we're diving into a jaw-dropping revelation from one of the greatest Vikings of all time, Adrian Peterson. Can you believe it? Our legendary running back, the 2012 NFL MVP, just dropped a bombshell about his draft day dreams back in 2007. Spoiler alert, they didn't involve wearing purple. Ready to unpack this wild story and what it means for our Vikings legacy. Let's get into it. What's your take on AP's surprising confession? Drop it in the comments. Picture this. It's April 2007, and the NFL draft is electric. Adrian Peterson, the Oklahoma superstar with 4,041 college rushing yards and 41 touchdowns, is waiting to hear his name called. The Minnesota Vikings, coming off a 2006 season where Chester Taylor racked up 1,216 yards, don't need a running back, but AP's talent is undeniable. At number 7 overall, the Vikings snatch him up, and the rest is history. Or is it? What if I told you AP's heart was set on a different team? Here's the kicker. Peterson recently spilled on the Stories Untold podcast that he was secretly hoping to slip to number 10 and join the Houston Texans. Yeah, you heard that right. Our purple and gold icon wanted to stay home in Texas. How does that sit with you, Vikings fans? Let's break down this wild ride in 10 scenes and see how AP's journey shaped him into the legend we know today. Growing up in Palestine, Texas, Adrian Peterson was a Longhorn at heart. He was the number 1 recruit in the country for 2 years straight, but Texas didn't offer him a scholarship first, which stung. I was a Longhorn all the way, AP said, still salty about it. Instead, he chose Oklahoma, where he became a college football beast, finishing second in Heisman voting as a freshman. Peterson's roots in Texas ran deep. Palestine is just a short drive from Houston and Dallas, and AP dreamed of playing close to home. He turned down Texas A&M because they weren't championship material, but the Houston Texans? That was his dream destination in the 2007 draft. Imagine AP in Texans red instead of Vikings purple. Crazy, right? What do you think about AP's Texas loyalty? Would he have been as iconic with the Texans? His college stats, 4,041 yards, 41 touchdowns, scream superstar. But would Houston have unlocked his full potential? Let's keep digging into this draft day drama and see what else AP revealed. It's draft night 2007, and the tension is palpable. The Detroit Lions, Cleveland Browns, and Arizona Cardinals are all picking before Minnesota, and Peterson's name is buzzing. I was linked to several teams, AP recalled, but when the Vikings pick at number 7 came up, he had a gut feeling, I think Minnesota's going to end up picking me. And they did. The Vikings didn't need a running back, with Chester Taylor's solid 1,216 yards in 2006. But passing on a blue-chip prospect like Peterson? No way. His speed, power, and vision were too good to ignore. That decision changed Vikings history forever, giving us a legend who'd carry the ball 2,418 times for 11,747 yards in purple. How do you feel about that draft moment, Vikings fans? Were you screaming with joy when AP's name was called? Drop your draft day memories in the comments. Let's see how this Texas kid became a Minnesota icon, even if his heart was pulling him elsewhere. Peterson's dream of slipping to the Texans at number 10 didn't happen. Houston picked defensive tackle Amobi Okoye instead, and the next running back off the board was Marshawn Lynch to the Bills at number 12. AP admitted, I wanted to slip to number 10 because then I would have gotten to go home and play in Texas. That would have been dope. Dope, maybe, but we're glad it didn't go down like that. Instead, Peterson landed in Minnesota, where he became the face of the franchise. 7 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro honors, and the 2007 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year award. AP was a force. He even set the NFL single-game rushing record with 296 yards against the Chargers in 2007. Skol to that. What if the Texans had drafted him? Would AP have been the same legend? Houston's loss was our gain. But let's explore how his Vikings tenure stacked up against what could have been in Texas. Keep those comments coming, Vikings Nation. Let's talk numbers because AP's stats are straight-up legendary. Over 10 seasons with the Vikings, He racked up 11,747 rushing yards and 97 touchdowns. That's a franchise record, and he's still the most recent non-quarterback to win NFL MVP in 2012. Those numbers scream Hall of Fame, and Peterson's eligible in 2027. Mark your calendars. But here's the wild part. The Arizona Cardinals, who picked tackle Levi Brown at number 5 instead of AP, later admitted they blew it. That's the worst decision we made, they told Peterson when he played for them in 2017. We wish we could have selected you. Ouch, Arizona. Bet that stings. Vikings fans, are you as hyped as I am about AP's legacy? How do you think he'd have fared with the Cardinals or Texans? Let's keep this story rolling and see what else shaped AP's path to greatness. Before football defined him, Adrian Peterson was a track star. My first scholarship offer was because of track, he revealed. He ran the 100-meter dash, 200-meter, and even did long jump. Imagine AP sprinting down the track instead of the field. Olympic-level speed, no doubt. But some high school coaches in Palestine rubbed him the wrong way. They were rednecks, AP said bluntly, and he almost quit football to focus on track. Thank goodness his dad, Nelson, stepped in and pushed him back to the gridiron. That pivot gave us one of the greatest running backs ever. What do you think, Vikings fans? Could AP have been an Olympic champ instead of an NFL MVP? Drop your thoughts below. Let's dive into how his versatility made him a once-in-a-generation talent for our Vikings. Peterson's track background gave him that explosive speed we loved watching. His 4.4-second 40-yard dash turned defenders into dust. Whether it was his 296-yard game or his 2,097-yard MVP season in 2012, AP's athleticism was unreal. That track foundation helped him dominate in purple like few others. But let's not forget the what-ifs. If Peterson had slipped to Houston, would he have had the same success? The Texans were a young franchise in 2007, far from a championship contender. Minnesota, with its passionate fanbase and storied history, gave AP the stage to shine. Skull Nation, how much did Minnesota's culture fuel AP's fire? Would he have been as dominant in Houston's system? Let's keep peeling back the layers of this legend story. Stay with me. Fast forward to 2025, and Peterson's still making headlines. Recent posts on X show fans buzzing about his draft confession. With at @msports_Israel tweeting, Adrian Peterson reveals surprising desire to join Houston Texans instead of Minnesota Vikings in 2007 NFL Draft. That's got Vikings Nation talking. Are we shocked or what? Peterson's also been reflecting on his career highs, like that 224-yard, 3-touchdown game against the Bears in 2007, as at Vikings fanpage reminded us. Those moments cemented his legacy, but his Texas roots keep tugging at him. He's proud of his 14,918 career rushing yards, 5th in NFL history, but still wonders about that Texans dream. What's your favorite AP moment, Vikings fans? That Bears game? The MVP season? Hit the comments and let's relive those glory days. We're not done yet. Let's see how AP's story ties into the Vikings' present. Now let's address the elephant in the room. On April 25, 2025, Peterson was arrested for suspected DWI after attending the Vikings draft party in Minneapolis. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, he was driving 83 miles per hour with a BAC of 0.14, nearly twice the legal limit. He was released on a $4,000 bond, but it's a tough moment for a Vikings legend. This isn't AP's first brush with legal trouble, but it doesn't erase his contributions to our team. Vikings fans cheered him at the draft party, where he spoke about mentoring young athletes and missing the NFL. It's a complex chapter for a player who gave us so much. How do we balance his legacy with these off-field issues? What do you think, Skull Nation? How should we view AP's highs and lows? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep this conversation respectful. We've got more to unpack about his impact on the Vikings' future. Looking at the 2025 Vikings, Peterson's draft story reminds us how pivotal those draft moments are. This year, the Vikings picked Ohio State guard Donovan Jackson at number 24 to bolster the O-line, a nod to building a strong run game like AP's era. They also added defensive talent like Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins and linebacker Kobe King on day 3. J.J. McCarthy, our QB of the future, is getting starter reps, and the team's schedule kicks off with a Monday night football clash against the Bears on September 8th. With games in London and Dublin, 2025 is shaping up big. How do you think AP's legacy inspires this new generation of Vikings? Vikings fans, are you pumped for McCarthy and this roster? What's your bold prediction for 2025? Let's keep the Skol spirit alive. Comment below and let's talk football. As we wrap up, Adrian Peterson's story is a roller coaster of triumphs and what-ifs. From dreaming of the Texans to becoming a Vikings legend, AP's journey is one for the ages. His 11,747 yards, 97 touchdowns, and that 2012 MVP trophy will forever be etched in Minnesota history. Skol, AP, and thank you for everything. But the Vikings story keeps rolling. With a new season on the horizon and young stars like McCarthy ready to shine, we've got plenty to cheer for. Will 2025 be the year we bring home that elusive Super Bowl? I'm fired up just thinking about it. How about you? Vikings Nation, let's keep the energy high. Smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Vikings news updates. Share this video with your fellow Skol fans, and let's get ready for an epic 2025 season. Skol Vikings!